inspiring speakers and more opportunity to network with and meet with eminent global thought leaders to share your ideas for creating partnerships, generating resources and building synergistic relationships with like-minded people from across the globe. Because we've got some incredible people who are going to be sharing ideas with you, who are going to be telling you a little bit about their life, about their journey. And of course, after that, we have the opportunity where you guys get to interact with our speakers and with each other. This is a phenomenal networking opportunity for everybody in the room, and of course, a place to learn something from some incredible people. So Nabomita Mazumdar is a social evangelist and founder of Nabomita.com, and spelled as N-A-B-O, not N-O, okay, just to clarify. And she is based in Mumbai. She's an alumni of XLRI Jamshedpur, and she began her career as an HR professional. Then she moved on to community management and established a foothold for herself as an expert in the startup domain. Because of her social media presence, HR expertise and community management experience, Mrs. Mazumdar evolved into a major influencer. She has used her influence in social media and tech domain to cement herself as one of the most prominent voices of women and children empowerment in India. Can we have a big round of applause for that? Nabomita has been awarded various honors such as 100 Women Achiever by the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Top 25 Influential Women on Twitter, and Top 100 Tech Influencers. These achievements helped Nabomita create a brand for herself, something she leveraged to set up Nabomita.com in 2016, a platform she established for evangelism. Let's give her a massive round of applause and welcome her on
stage. Good evening, everyone. Very honored being invited over here and super inspired by the speech that I just heard. Dr. Lola and Dr. Vastia, amazing. And seriously, I have my topic is very different from what I heard, but then it's to me it's like hearing from the superhumans. And now I have to understand why we did not reach where we are supposed to reach years back. My topic is women as drivers to growth in the age of driverless cars. Right? We are supposed to be the drivers, we are supposed to earn more, we are supposed to get better grades. Yes, we are already winning more medals in the Olympic. But then where exactly is the competition going? This is a news published on Live Mint just a few days back, which says 1 out of 4 factory workers in Maruti is a robo. The picture gets even better when you look at it in a totality. 2,400 in Manasar and 5,000 robos in Gurgaon. So who are we as women competing with? Are we trying to get the jobs that men have? Are we trying to get their economic power? Are we trying to score their seats in IIT? Or are we trying to save our own jobs from the robo who will take our jobs and not pay our taxes? Thank you. 87 out of 144 in the year 2016. We have really worked hard, we have really come far, but we are still 87th. Why? Definitely. This one interesting insight from the report was, this was World Economic Forum 2016. The most of the progress was in education and health sector. Education we already saw, Dr. Lola. Health sector definitely. Where are women? Why are not women making progress in terms of technology, in terms of politics? By the year 2025, we have a great target to us. We need to be 28 trillion if we have equal participation. Great target, right? Interesting target. Especially because we do have certain section have an access to education. Some of them have access to finances. Where are the largest share? Where do the largest share of women work their way up? How do they participate in this growth? Before we go into the education, finance support, or the corporate support, organizational, government support, just let us look worldwide, just a world view. And this is not India, this is worldwide, and these laws were reported by World Economic Forum, and these laws are as sexist as it is. And with laws like this, how do we expect women to participate socially, let alone financially? we would love to have everybody as superhuman being as Dr. Lulla was. How do we get everybody there? How do we ensure a woman can create such a breakthrough when she is not even, not even allowed all these things, and this is not even India. 50% of the time women are not paid for the work. We are talking about gender pay, we are talking about parity. Deloitte says it is going to take 169 years or minimum 170 years to get there. Just 170, that's it. And we'll be there. So when women do not earn for 50% of the time they work, how does the pay gap looks like? The top 3 countries, as you can see, is Finland, Norway, Ireland, Finland and Norway. They are not the leading economies. That's not USA, United States of America, that's not China. As India, as we have just 8 more years to take that #1 position, what do we need to do? We know what is the condition legally. We are changing the condition in terms of policies. How do we get there? Recently we had an amendment for Maternity Benefit Act, and it was raised, and just as it was raised, we had amazing news articles. You know what they wrote? They said, now companies will hire women less because who wants to give so much of leaves, right? Norway gives 44 weeks of maternity leave. They are one of the top 3, and we just saw them, right? When we have policies so deeply built to promote a woman who is choosing to go a family way, not make her choose between family and career, probably we are building something not exactly where we want to reach as yet. Interestingly, Norway also have 47% of women participation in public and 26% of women participation in private companies. Can we take it as a tiny little target as we walk along? This is a tweet, a lovely tweet. Why I love it? Well, this is a young woman who is taking her official transport with her mother. She is a pilot at Air India and her mother is an air hostess. Air India is not a nimble foot startup. Air India is not a super funded private company. Air India has structures. Air India have challenges. Air India cannot change everything overnight. Yet, that's what diversity means to them. That's what they have built on. What do we need to do? What changes do we need to build in if we want this kind of stories from our companies? Interestingly, when we look at work and when we look at work design, we just take it for granted that everything is perfect. Everything is designed exactly the way it is, right? Everything has been so productive, which is why our economies are growing. Just few days back, there's a scientist who questions that are we scared robots are taking our jobs, or were we doing the jobs that robots were doing so far? For example, where any kind of mechanization follows a rule that a task which is repeatedly done thrice goes to a machine is not done by a human being. What do you think? Can you just go back to your job and see how much of the robotic work are you still doing? Are you going to lose it to anybody? Or are you going to build something intelligent out of it that can actually sustain for a longer period of time? The biggest challenge to any woman to grow in a work culture is not just policies, is not just her education. It's also an unsaid rule called bro culture. A culture that doesn't allow her to break that glass ceiling. Forget anything else. We do have women participation in boardroom, essentially as a tokenism, not essentially because she has earned it out of her own merit. If we have a different work design, can we have more women working? Do we really need everybody to be in office 9 to 5 to be productive? Urvashi Niyogi, founder of Biz Integration, runs a profitable firm wherein her entire team works from remote location. and there are team who works on demand, the Uber or the gig economy. Her firm is growing multiple times and she doesn't need an office, she doesn't need 9 to 5 jobs. Obviously you can disregard as, okay, her company is a startup, nimble food, we don't really understand how it works. Air India did it already. The point is, change can be made, work design needs to be rethink, but then where exactly do we find the balance? This report was presented by Global Entrepreneurship Monitor report, where 40 economies had participated, and they saw the entrepreneurship rate rose by 13%, whereas for women, whereas it was just 5% for men. There's another report which says millennials are helping to close the gender pay gap. We had Dr. Lula's sharing that somebody just came up and said, I want to be an ethical hacker. Yes, millennials, even younger talent are prepared for the next generation jobs, which is why it's easier for them to close the gender parity. What about the talent workforce which is already there, the aging workforce? Recently we had a Twitter discussion on suggesting policies, transforming policies to the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Did anybody of you all see it? It was constantly retweeted, and you could go ahead and suggest any policy that you wanted to be changed. An 83-year-old woman tweeted to our Minister Maneka Gandhi saying that there should be affordable housing for retired women government officials. These are tiny little things that we are not acknowledging. We know that women were paid half of 50% of their productive time. We know that not every woman had the access to education. Yet, when they are our baby boomers, when they are retiring, we don't have support from them. Just as we are building our millennials strong, can we also have a support system there? Can we also have startups which can support some kind of an economy which supports their living as well? Work design has already changed. Work design has changed to a limit wherein from cubicle it's become commitment. From desk it's become screen. If you have a gadget with you, you can go and work from anywhere. You can just log into your ID and you can be completely productive. The work does not require you to sit in front of your boss and just to report for the sake of it. It's not about FaceTime anymore. It's about the speed of delivery, the efficiency of delivery. In this kind of a culture, wherein we have, this research is by Adobe, which was released last year about future of work, and they found 70% of people feel they work better when they are collaborating, and 69% of people feel that, and this is India data, not just US and UK. How does this kind of a work impact empowering women? How does this kind of a work design the kind of jobs that we need for the future? How does this kind of a work, this kind of a design, help women with not so trained, not so skilled background come and contribute to the economy just as everybody else is doing? Few days back, I was preparing for a program on diversity, and this was with my faculty from XLRI. He's my mentor too, Dr. Mathai Fen. And I was discussing all the challenges that the company is facing and trying to find out the best diversity program for them. Whatever I suggested, he rejected it as hogwash. Great opportunity to hire women, getting them back into the employment. He said it's a hogwash. It won't change anything. I tried suggesting a lot of things till I gave up, and he said all you need to do is to help a woman understand where her strength lies. You cannot change anything. Of course, we live in the time wherein professionals drop out of workforce because when they join the workforce, they are freshers, they are single, they have no financial burden until unless they have a student loan to pay. As they move forward, they have family responsibility, they have a equal, probably a home loan with their husband, and then there are parental responsibility. Through this, we are trying to find our next boardroom members, our next CEOs, CFOs, or people who will build better products than Uber, Flipkart, or whatever that we see around. How do we design these programs? How do we ensure that women do not leave the workforce, continue working in spite of getting paid for 50% of her productive time, in spite of facing predators around her, in spite of fighting through the policies that do not work for her? To all such women, here's my request. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I will get up after I fall. And whether I run, walk, or have to crawl, I will set my goals and achieve them all. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for making Esperance 2.0 bigger, better, and more glamorous.
To see you in Esperance 2.1, which is happening on the 8th of December. So until we meet again, adios.